welcome. Oh God, this is already horrible. welcome. Just kidding. But anything you gotta say before the people's join? Fortnite. Poo poo is so funny. Yeah, Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite. Anyways, welcome. This is the very first taco cast that no one asked for. Literally no one asked for. But you know what? It's happening anyways. So, today, first episode, we're gonna be talking about our thoughts and hopes for Cold War, not just specifically zombies, but just Cold War itself. And I haven't played the beta that came out, but I played the alpha beta.
I played the beta. Pre-order man here.
Yes, this man literally pre-ordered this game.
Cross-gen
edition, YOLO swag, Jake Paulers.
You go.
I'm so sorry. I'm incredibly sorry for my actions. But yes. Okay, so what would you like to begin on? Well, I want to talk about storyline. What are what possible storyline events that could happen? So we know that there's gonna be a Dark Ether story now, which is gonna be interesting because I wonder how they're gonna form a story in a broken dimension or a broken place or whatever.
They're gonna do a crossover with Minecraft.
I mean, if they do, I mean, like, that'd be pretty epic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder how they're gonna actually form a story in the Dark Ether. But now that we know it takes place in 1983 from D Machine intro cutscene.
D Machine. You butchered that the first time.
I know. I butchered I butcher titles a lot. It's just a habit of mine. That's really bad. But
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why. I feel so like curled up right now. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty nervous right now.
It's fine. So, storyline now. Now that Samantha's grown up and apparently she works with or for the CIA, no one exactly knows, but this woman just walks into a phone team.
I'm gonna be honest, I mean, I really don't think that's Samantha, because I think Samantha, even though, like, oh yeah, she's old enough, her voice pretty much would have been higher, in a sense.
I guess, but, I mean...
She looks like Farrah from Modern Warfare.
Maybe. That
but
could
like,
be her.
I think everyone else is just like, oh, that's Samantha because her name is Samantha. No, that's just a really like
that's just a really huge coincidence. Yeah, she typed Maxis in the freaking number thing. Yeah, big coincidence. And if it isn't Samantha, then I'm not gonna be surprised.
Maxis? What?
Yeah. If you look at the numbers in the cutscene, the numbers that she types in, you see it types in Maxis. Because you know how back then they have the numbers and they have the letters?
Oh yeah. What do you mean back then? It still is.
Still, yeah, but she typed in Maxis, which is coordinating to the same numbers. I don't know if that's a coincidence as well, or Treyarch is just trying to throw stuff at us. And they're like, yeah, take this.
Maybe it's just a red herring.
Probably. Or they're just they're trying to be really mean, and they're trying to just throw so many teases at us, hoping that Samantha will probably be there. But if it's not Samantha, then I wonder who this woman is. Because she did say that she did get the tape from a Russian friend. But at the same time, she was little when she last saw Nikolai, which was around the campfire. And I'm pretty sure...
62947.
And
what Maxis was.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna be surprised if Treyarch says, oh, that's not Samantha. Yeah, because Treyarch is always doing something. And not everything is gonna be straightforward. They really don't. They make us figure it out. They're like, y'all don't know it? Figure it out. Deal with it. Oh well. You don't know it? Too well. Oh well. You have to figure it out.
Oh, stinky.
Oh, stinky. And, my question is, where the hell is Eddie?
Bro,
Where
Eddie
the
did.
hell is Eddie? Where is Eddie? Where is he?
You know, I have a feeling that we're gonna get to play as Samantha, and possibly in the second map, maybe Eddie shows up. I don't know.
Maybe that could be a possibility. But I'm
This
thinking...
might be like a really bad idea, but what if they made a map, you know? What if they made a map where you got to play as the original crew, literally no storyline ever, but you get to play as their younger self. I mean, that would be a pretty good idea.
Do not mind me slowly dying from tasting a horrible smoothie. Or whatever that was. Whatever that wasn't even a smoothie. That was a freaking... Came out of an apothecon. So, yeah. Where the hell is Eddie? My guy's just gone. Or we just haven't seen him yet. But my guess...
He pulled a dad.
He pulled a dad move. He pulled a whole dad move. But... yeah, I have a feeling that, well, Eddie is Richtofen, younger Richtofen, or just an innocent version of Richtofen. But we didn't hear him have a German accent at all, like Samantha, because Eddie was put in the house.
He spoke?
Yeah, and in Origin's ending.
Oh,
remember? Yeah, Origin's ending. He spoke. He's sexist.
Samantha really? What? Oh.
He's sexist. He said girls don't know about zombies. yeah. Boy's sexist. No wonder why he ain't in the game. No wonder why he hasn't showed up yet.
At that time, honestly, there was no really such thing as sexist, if you think about it. Because, I mean, a lot...
Gender equality wasn't a thing.
Well, it wasn't really necessarily a thing, it's just that women, or
just
females,
women,
were really kind of like the people that men looked down on, because they thought that, like, oh yeah, you can't really...
That's a woman. You have no power over me.
As a woman, I can relate.
That's basically just pretty much accurate. Okay.
No, but Cold War, it's got so many expectations, and especially that Raven Software is working on it. So if they do that, it's gonna be like a kind of like weird feeling that you like World War II zombies. It didn't look like Black Ops zombies, and I get that, but it felt more of a horror game, like I was playing Resident Evil in first person.
Honestly, you ain't lying when you say that.
But I think it was a big letdown.
World War II was a big letdown. It was such a flop.
It was fun. It was actually fun, I gotta be honest.
I did enjoy it. I really did not. The multiplayer was good. The zombies was not.
And I didn't really like the multiplayer on the weapons and stuff.
But okay, so Bagel something. He said for Cold War, I think it's gonna succeed. The only reason because BO4 failed, and it's because they scraped campaign mid-development and added blackout, meaning a whole new online mode means less support for zombies.
Well, I think that two things was they added BO4 blackout, and they knew that that was like a horrible idea, but I guess we can't go back on that now. It really
was because they wanted to copy something like Fortnite or Apex.
Well, yeah, at that time everything was battle royale. If you didn't have battle royale, then like
you were poo-poo game.
Basically, people would be like, "What's the point in you making games if there's no?"
Exactly. And that's the thing that gets me upset. People overuse formulas from one specific game. I'm using Fortnite as an example because Fortnite is what basically got Battle Royale huge. Then it was Apex, then Warzone came around, and then that got huge. It's still huge.
I mean, yeah, but also, well, I mean, it's the Call of Duty franchise. Anything that they do is kind of like. Yeah, you're okay.
So, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? Okay. So, So, innocent little Eddie, this man, we haven't seen him since Alpha Omega. Or the ending of Tag. We haven't heard him spoke since the ending of Origins. That was like 2012. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2012, because I don't know. That's when when Origins came out. 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
And
I also think that the new games. Or I'm sorry. My mind was blanking. I think that the idea of a new storyline is really nice for the game because we had chaos,
and that was a huge flop.
No one really wanted chaos. You know, everyone was just like, and
we want ether. They were like, we want more ether.
Everyone was just like, who are these people and why should I care?
Exactly. That's exactly what the community was saying. They were like, we don't care about these people. We just want this game to be all about ether. But that's what made Black Ops 4 go wrong. They did 2 storylines in one game, and that was an idiot idea. They should have finished ether in a good way because they put all their money towards chaos. They should have ended ether in Black Ops 4, leave it in the grave, and start chaos, or maybe something, or don't even start chaos. Start a new storyline related to campaign, and then put it in Zombies and Cold War. I bet that'll be a #1 hit seller.
Yeah, and I think it's really nice to see another storyline, you know?
I mean, it's still ether, but it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be way different. It's gonna be a dark ether story, which is a continuation from where we left off.
Well, I don't think that. I think it's a new storyline that can't really be like summarized yet. I think it's gonna be a mystery. I think it's gonna be like World War II, where people think that it's gonna like tie up to something, but it really isn't.
Yeah.
To regular storyline, it's just there. Like it's like a fresh start. You know, in an anime, there's a fresh start to it. I think that's really like what we're getting to.
Okay, so Bagel said something else, and people use the argument it only had 2 years of development. You know what else had 2 years of development? BO2 and BO1, and we get gameplay like BO2 or BO1. I'll be satisfied.
So BO3. What they're trying to do is, I feel like what they did. This is my opinion. I think that they rushed it too much.
Yes.
They rushed it, thinking that they knew what they were.
They
going
wanted.
to
They
do.
rushed it. They rushed the release to compete with Red Dead Redemption. That's the truth. They tried to compete with a game that they already knew was gonna be better than Black Ops 4. That's why Black Ops 4 lost sales, because it was rushed. Your game is going to lose sales. If you're going to rush your game is going to lose sales. Do not expect your game to do as good as others just because you rushed it and you added Battle Royale to it.
Right.
And I really hope Cold War is not going to be like BO4. Because if it's going to be like BO4, honestly at this point I'm just going to quit.
What I also believe is that when they told us that it was basically going to be free, I kind of flipped out because I was just like, they're not gonna make money.
Exactly.
They're not gonna make enough money that it's gonna be like, yeah.
Why do you think like BO3 got so much money? They got so much money off of BO3 because the DLCs were amazing, banger after banger.
The only thing is that when we did get Black Ops 4 or not Black Ops 3, what they did was for the game was 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the season pass was 60. I bought both of those, so that was at $120 used. And yes, it's worth it. It's COD, but then when I saw Zombie Chronicles and it was 60 again, or actually 50.
It was 30.
Oh, it was?
Yes,
no,
it was 30.
It was 50.
It was 30. Oh, they changed the price?
I don't know.
Because when I got it, I got Zombie Chronicles for $30 when I got it.
When did you get it?
Like last Christmas. They probably changed the sales.
I got it when it the first week came out.
And yeah, and if they're gonna make gameplay like BO1 or BO2, that could bring people back.
Yeah.
Because people love, and people to this day, they still play BO2 and BO1 more than Black Ops 4. And that really says something, because Black Ops 4 is newer than BO1 and BO2. That's because Black Ops 4, big poo-poo sales. Poo-poo game, poo-poo sales. You don't make money. And if they don't make money off of this game, I will understand why. Because the DLCs are going to be free for zombies. And yeah,
I think that's a really good thing because now they won't have to rip people off. But I think that one, we're gonna get we're probably gonna get something that'll add sales, you know.
Mm-hmm. And they said that they put it so that people could follow along with the storyline. Yeah, that's a great idea. You know, people don't have to, like, they can play the maps, they can play every single map now and follow along with the story. But the question is, how many people actually play for storyline?
Yeah.
Not that much.
I mean, a lot of people actually play for storyline.
Yeah, but there's a lot more people, if you think about it, that just do it for gameplay. You gotta be honest, they're doing it more for gameplay than anything. They want to sit down, have fun, and have a casual game of zombies, or campaign, or multiplayer, or whatever that game offers. Okay, so Bagel says something else. When I think of the idea of having a season pass and getting DLC after the pass is a bad marketing move, because they can look back at BO4 season pass and they could say it's gonna be another BO4. And you have a point. Because buying the season pass early when BO4 came out, and as zombie maps came out, and as multiplayer maps came out, you looked at it and I'm like, if you didn't enjoy those maps, there goes $60 down the drain. Yeah. You basically wasted $60 and more money for the game, even including the money that you bought for the game itself. And you're like, bruh, like, what was the point of me buying the season pass when the maps are absolute garbage? They're underdog, and BO3 was so much better. How do we go from the top selling DLC in 2017 to underfunding Black Ops 4 gameplay? It honestly just saddens me that Black Ops 4 was such a ripoff, and that Ether had to end off like that, and that Chaos, as much as I don't care about Chaos, it was kind of messed up that they just left it, and they left it on a cliffhanger.
I think that it was, I think it was a big flop, and I think that in the trophy, because I checked this yesterday, it said finish what, or the end, the ancient evil Easter egg was like finish what had started, or like the end.
Yeah.
The beginning of the end, or
I think the thing is called Greek Greek tragedy or something.
Yeah, and it said like finish what has been started, and I think that was like saying like, oh yeah, it's done. It was a bad ending.
It was a horrible ending. We're just gonna leave it right here. No one knows what happened. We don't know. We don't.
Add another DLC, which I think that it's impossible.
DLC 5. Do not. I don't even get me started with DLC 5 for Black Ops 4. If they do Zombie Chronicles 2 for Cold War, and they actually make you pay for it, that will be understandable. That could be a good idea. Because if you make us pay for Zombie Chronicles to remaster Transit, Die, Rise, and Buried to get Victus maps, I will buy it. I will buy it. Because I want to see what they can do with 2 garbage maps and 1 actual good map. And let's see what they can do with those maps. Because if they fix Transit by, like, I don't know, removing the fog, putting a new perk that makes you resistant to fire, fixing the denizens in some way, yeah, it's gonna be great. And if you maybe PhD, for God's sakes, on Die Rise, gonna be one of the best maps. Transit and Die Rise could be one of the best maps of all time.
I think that Transit could have been
the best map of all time, but they just flopped it. They kind of messed it up.
I think the ending was what made it bad. It's just how plain and simple it was. I get that, like, oh yeah, it's the last map of the gate, or it's the last map.
And that Transit, you know, you think about Transit and you're like, yeah, they took a lot of risks, and I like the fact that Treyarch took risks to do Transit, and they heard that the community did not like it, and they're like, all right, we're not going to take any more risks. And that's why I felt like there was repetitive gameplay, repetitive formula after repetitive formula, because they stopped doing that probably after Transit. Because they were like, okay, you know what? You know, this was a horrible idea. We're not gonna take any more risks. Okay, so Bagel said, why would you trust a company that has a crap battle pass, and give me a good reason why I should get the battle pass after the mess BO4 made? Treyarch made a big brain move with free DLC.
Well, a battle pass. Well, I think that the new battle pass is gonna have some more stuff about it. I mean, obviously it's probably just gonna be about, you know, multiplayer, but I think that with the same idea, or with the same point of that, they have that, they basically make it to where you can play, or you can like have like multiplayer stuff with you.
Yeah, and they're gonna make you so that, like, whatever you earn in multiplayer or zombies, you can transfer it to like other modes. And that's a cool idea. On paper, it may sound like a good idea, but how are they going to execute the idea? How is it going to work? Like, how are they going to form this out? Because stuff, like, if you use Transit for an example, everything sounded good on paper, but when you put it into gameplay, it's a horrible mess. Horrible mess.
And also, I want to say, the new, remember that like, I think that what could also be made as a really good way of getting revenue and like money for the development, just give us like a movie. I think like, and I'm not talking about like a 115 movie. I'm talking about like zombies.
Yeah. 115 movie. Yeah. JFK gamer.
I think that a movie would be really good too, because a lot of people
or even a show, a movie or a show, you'd make money off of that. You'd make money off of that, and it doesn't. And
a regular zombie movie,
like you don't have to include all the ether apothecant stuff. You don't even have to include that stuff. Just make a normal zombies movie. Take the characters from campaign and put them into the zombies world.
Yeah.
You could just do that.
That's also another thing I want to talk about, the multiplayer.
You see, okay.
Multiplayer is gonna be actually really good. I tried it yesterday. The game modes are amazing. I think that if I don't like this zombies, which I probably will, but most likely not, I think that if I play I think I'll be satisfied with multiplayer, because I played it. True, the snipers are kind of annoying. I think that it's pretty good.
How is the beta different from the alpha beta exactly?
Well, they added new game modes. They added this game mode called VIP Escort, which is basically protect the president. Literally.
So it's like Safeguard.
Yes, you have to escort a random person in your team, and you have to escort them to a helicopter. And
Yeah.
you know how like in the PS or in Black Ops 4 they had that they had the downing system in one of the game modes. Yeah, they have that, which I think it's really cool. It's really cool because it's just like you're obviously they're gonna kill you, but I think that is pretty fun.
Yeah, and speaking of like multiplayer stuff, score streaks and zombies sounds a little interesting. Like, how we talk about score streaks and zombies? They're gonna start adding multiplayer mechanics in zombies, and honestly, I'm curious to see how that's gonna turn out.
Score streaks, I didn't like that.
And I feel that the score streaks is gonna ruin the whole feel of zombies. Cause I'm really hoping that this game coming out, Cold War, it will feel like Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2. It'll feel like the old good days of zombies. Like, I'm really hoping that they could make it somewhat like old zombies again. But after the disaster of BO4, I think that's absolutely impossible to do, because you don't know how many possible people left Call of Duty for they left the franchise or the fandom or community, whatever you want to call it, because of BO4. BO4 put a sour taste in people's mouth, and they're like I don't trust y'all anymore. Like, y'all, like, you screwed it up. Like, you screwed up badly. Like, you screwed the community over. And you're like, bruh, like, where did everything go? What went wrong? And the feel of hopefully this zombies coming out for Cold War will be, I hope that this won't be, I'm not saying make it Black Ops 3 level, because Black Ops 3 is amazing.
Black Ops 3 is great.
It is amazing. You can play it like anytime. Unlike
I think
BO4.
that I'm just never gonna get old with it. Cause it's that fun.
It is fun. You can hop into any map. God's sakes, it could be a map like Zetsubo and you'll have fun.
Well, I don't agree with Zetsubo, but yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, Zetsubo's not a bad map. Zetsubo's not a bad map. It's not a bad map.
It's not a
You
bad
people
map,
that
it's
hate on
that-
Zetsubo, screw you. Zetsubo's a good map.
Did you even play it?
Yes, I've played it before. I've played it before. Yeah. Okay, so did Infinity War with Ghost, but look at Modern Warfare. It's a major success in it, so I'm not worried
How long
about
we got left?
about BO4. 25 minutes. About BO4 failure affecting Cold War sales. BO4. Well,
I thought we were like we already did like a whole hour.
no. I'm completely out of ammo. Fudge. Okay. So anyway, and if you really think about it, if you put something with like Modern Warfare, you take Modern Warfare for example, was a huge success and what kept people going. At the same time, it could prevent people from playing Cold War, but at the same time, it could not. Because if you ignore Black Ops 4, everything will be fine. You ignore Black Ops 4, it's not going to be bad. It really isn't. Just ignore Black Ops 4, forget about the past. That's all you have to do. Basically, just ignore it. Ignore the fact that Black Ops 4 was a garbage game, and that basically no one enjoyed it. I'm not saying no one. I'm pretty sure there's people out there who love Black Ops 4, who enjoy Black Ops 4. And you know what? I respect that. But to a certain extent. You gotta understand that Black Ops 4 is not better than BO3, than BO2, than BO1. Black Ops 4 is the worst Black Ops game. But what happened? People still play it. People still bought it. That's that.
Right.
I didn't even get to finish what I was saying about Eddie. Holy hell. There's so much things to talk about under such a limited time due to
It's
us.
just the first podcast, really.
Yeah, really. It really is. We can always carry this on to another podcast. We don't have to talk about specifically one topic in one podcast. We can continue it in another one, possibly next weekend. So, what I was saying about Eddie, you know what would be interesting? If they make like an American version of Richtofen. If they make
I almost just said something that I actually would have just assaulted myself for.
What were you
almost
gonna
just
say?
said a Call of Duty Fortnite crossover.
Honestly, just get out. Just get out. Just get out. Just get out. Get out. Get out. Podcast is canceled. I'll see you guys later. Just kidding.
Alright.
No. Okay, so Bagel said something else. He said, also, I want to touch for Chaos story. I feel so bad for Craig Houston because Chaos was his story to make. He was tired of Ether, wanted to start new, but everyone just hated it. Yes, Chaos was a good idea.
Well, yes, but actually no.
Yes, but no. Because if you put Chaos in the same story as Ether, I'm sorry, but it's just the way it is. People are not going to stop caring about Ether. It's a story that you grew up for with 10 years. 10 years! 10 years! A decade! And just... You can't... That's just something you don't do. That's like ripping a man's childhood away. That's just something you do not do.
Mine was ripped 5,000 years ago.
Mine was ripped when Black Ops 4 released.
Not wrong.
Childhood was gone. Absolutely demolished. So, like, what if they make an American version of, like, Richtofen for Eddie? Or what if they keep him German, but he's a whole new person. He doesn't work with Group 935. He's just this normal German person that could possibly possibly work with whoever this woman is, if she's Samantha or not, and Weaver.
Yes.
Possibly that could happen. And they're hinting characters like Ultimus Richtofen, they showed the little figure. They're hinting them, but they're not coming back. And for you people that say they're coming back, I will shake you and I will ask you, what's your reasoning behind it?
TOS.
What is your reasoning behind it? They are not coming back. You saw them die at the end of Tag Your Toe, that is that. They're dead. They're gone.
Samantha.
I mean, we don't know if Samantha and Eddie are dead. They walked out of the light. We don't know if they're dead.
Yeah, but the light stood for basically the ether, because that closes.
Well, weren't they walking out of the dark ether technically?
But still, that wouldn't mean, because
Yeah.
everything that was that they even said it themselves. Anything that goes that's in the ether or came in contact with, that's even like that's even.
Yeah, and Jordan makes a good point. He said the creators and voices themselves confirmed that Primus and Ultimus are dead for good.
Yeah. But
And
they
for
were
people-
also part of that as well, if you think about it. Because because both Samantha and Eddie were in the storyline. Anything that was in the storyline basically tied up and shipped out. No more of that.
And I wonder, what happened to the children in the house in Revelations? Where the hell are the young Richtofen, Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takio? Where the hell are they? They're literally... I know, at the end of Revelations, they were wiped away. Primus was set back to the Great War. But they drunk the blood vials. Richtofen was big dumb idiot. He drunk the blood vials and he's like, oh, I'm gonna drink these. They look delicious.
Well, I mean, you couldn't really... He couldn't really stop that, because that was like something that he saw
in the Chronorium.
To end it.
Yeah.
And obviously in
until the pages change.
Exactly. They changed inside of
and Richtofen flipped the hell out.
And you can see that he even gave them the blood vials, saying like, yeah, you need these, saying that like, oh yeah, you'll need them.
And if you look at the ending of, okay, hold on, let me see. So Bagel says something. They were walking out only of the I read that solar one. They were walking out. The only reason why Samantha could walk out is because they were non-corrupted. They were non-corrupted of the ether. Those were completely innocent children. And if you look at the ending of Ether, it tells you, and it says this to you: when you mess up in life, you mess up. Like, you can't go back. You will pay for the consequences that you will pay for the actions you've done, and you will die because of it. And you will take responsibility for your actions. You see, they were the problem. Primus and Ultimus, they were the problem that this multiverse was still going. They didn't realize until Nikolai took responsibility, and he took it upon himself, and he was straightforward, and he said, y'all listen.
Yeah,
like, you gotta die. I'm sorry, I love you, but you gotta die. You gotta go.
Understandable.
Have a nice day. Understandable. Have a nice day. Exactly! Richtofen couldn't bear the pain of having to kill the boys. He's like, what the hell am I gonna do? He's like, I'm not just gonna like tell him. I'm like, yo, y'all gonna die. I'm not saying that Nikolai said it, but Richtofen, he couldn't do it. He's like, I can't. Nikolai, you take it, you take responsibility, and you tell him, you do your job, you do what the hell you need to do to get this over with and help people stay alive. And when they said on Twitter, because when I was watching Lex's video, and he was talking about the different mechanics, and he was reviewing their Twitter, it said, welcome to the Dark Ether story. And you know what, speaking of that, Dead Ups Arcade 3. Dead Ups Arcade 3. Oh my god, if that's a thing, I'm so hyped.
Wait, excuse me, Dead Ups Arcade what?
So if you go on Twitter, go to Treyarch or whatever, they showed a 3, and in the background it was like animated. And it was the type of font that you would use for Dead Ups Arcade. People are thinking that there's gonna be a Dead Ups Arcade 3 when I'm pretty sure when the reveal for Cold War Zombies came out.
That's very long. Okay. D machine and wait, switch your phone to okay. That's...
Yeah, and people are thinking it's gonna be it's gonna be a Dead Ups Arcade 3. People are thinking that's gonna be a Dead Ups Arcade, and if it's gonna be Dead Ups Arcade 3, that is gonna be cool because I enjoyed Dead Ups Arcade.
3 looks good enough.
Looks pretty wonky, interesting and wonky.
Alright, you go entertain them for a little bit. I'll be back. Yeah.
Okay. So as our co-host is doing something, so yeah, if you think about it, and you really think about it, overall, this next game coming out, just don't flop it, Treyarch. Just give the fans what they want. That's just the main message. And like you guys saw, my Taco Tales, I will be starting and explaining in detail from the Zombies fandom website. By the way, yeah, the words that I'm going to be saying are not written from me, but I'm explaining them from the Zombies fandom website, so you guys can check that out. And I looked at it and I'm like, this is really detailed. Maybe I can make a series off of this and maybe explain to you guys in detail of what both storylines. And I'm doing Chaos first because Ether is gonna take way too dang long and it's gonna take more than one video. I'm not gonna be one of those big YouTubers to put all of it in one video. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure y'all don't have the time to watch one whole video of. You're gonna be taking in so much at once. You're not even gonna understand it. But if I do bit by bit, I guess you guys could have some sort of understanding to it. But if I do it at all in one video, it's not gonna be good. That's why I'm gonna be doing separate sections and separate videos for it. True, yeah. It's gonna be hard to keep up if you form it all and you stuff it in one video. That's not gonna be a big brain move if you ask me. It really isn't. Being 100% honest, it's not gonna be no big brain move. And overall, with Cold War, this main purpose, just to summarize it all, basically. It's just basically saying, give the fans they want. Give what the community wants. And we've been saying that ever since BO4 came out. Ever since BO4 came out, we've been asking Treyarch, give us something we want. Don't give us repetitive, freaky gameplay. I have no one to talk to. Listen. When the PS5 comes out, if I do get the PS5, then yo, we can like do podcasts together. LOL. And you can be included in the podcast, Bagel. And I'm thinking that like, yeah, Dark Ether, yeah. What are they gonna do with it? Yeah. They could do something good. Can they really? I don't know. We're gonna have to just wait and see.
Yes.
There's a Margwa coming after me. And yeah. So Justin, do you have anything else to say?
I really do. I mean, just we pretty much covered up everything that.
Yeah.
I want
practically. Practically, we covered basically everything under an hour. Let's go, boys. We can end the podcast right here. Just kidding. Unless. So yeah, we're probably gonna end the podcast right here. But overall, I just want Cold War to be a good game. I am literally praying to the Treyarch gods that Raven Studios can do something to help out. They won't make it like Black Ops 4.
For the trailer, it also looks like Raven Redwoods. I actually like Raven Redwoods a lot.
I've never played Raven the Redwoods before, but I heard it's really good.
It's really nice too. I like the scenery.
I've only played Zombies in Spaceland. Zombies in Spaceland is fun.
Yeah, Zombies in Spaceland to me, I'll play it, but I didn't like it that much. I didn't like doing the Easter egg.
I've never done the Easter egg before. I would even consider touching the Easter egg. That's the LOL part. So, anyways, to wrap up this podcast, is there anything y'all have to say in the chat? Any thoughts? Anything that you want us to cover real fast before we go?
We need to get a Craig Houston gun loadout in Cold War.
What are your thoughts on Craig Houston?
No.
What are your thoughts on Craig Houston? No. Just no. Like, no. Alright, well, oh, these are pretty cool bananas. Yeah, bananas. Yeah, bananas. Tasty bananas. Well, that's gonna wrap up this very first Taco podcast.
I never realized that I would make a podcast.
Well, we're doing it now. And you know what? The first episode, it went really well. Because we had a lot to talk about. Honestly, I thought honestly...
tired.
You're tired? I don't blame you!
What?
Yo, but are we still doing the Revelations Easter egg?
Oh yeah. No, I'm tired. I'm just staying.
Oh, you don't want to do it?
No, we can't. I haven't slept. It's because I went to sleep at like 2.
I went to sleep at 1. Went to sleep at 1. Well, that's gonna wrap up the very first Taco podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. And next week we are still debating on what we're gonna be talking about. We have to. I have to decide. Yo, shout out to Just Ray J. I'll actually link his channel in the description. When I edit the stream, I'll edit his. Yo, promotion!
We in here.
We in here support our fellow soldiers, and this man needs to grow his channel. He started his channel before me, and I have more subs than him.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like me.
It's a little messed up. That's why I'm gonna grow your reputation. I shall add you. Well, no, your channel is in my featured channels.
Yes.
If you go to channels and it's called Love You, and it's like a bunch of zombies YouTubers that I watch, and also friends that I talk to mostly, or has channels and stuff. Yeah, I put you in the featured channels, but I'll put, in case if you guys didn't see it, I'll put it in the description whenever I can. But yeah.
Why are you around 29?
Shut up.
How are you?
I'm on round 30. Because I'm using a Vesper with dead wire.
Nice.
That's the way to go.
How did you change it to where it says love you? I need to know.
So you go on your computer, you go to featured channels, and you can name it.
Oh, I don't have a computer.
Oh. Well, that sounds like a you problem. Anyways, we're gonna wrap up this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys next weekend. Chaos Story exclamation coming out soon. If I get no views on it, I understand why, because no one cares about Chaos. Okay, I love you all. I'll catch you in the next one. And last words.